YouTube. Today I suppose I will be talking about the rumors for, well, pretty much my outlook for Apple in this fiscal 2011 year, I suppose. So right now, I guess I'll just load up a decent picture. Let's keep that one there. And I guess I'll talk. As you can see, I have the actual droplets from the iPad on an iPhone, and it looks pretty cool. So anyway, I guess Apple is going to have a pretty breakthrough year this year. I think even better than last year, because principally because of the iPad success last year, and I think that's going to propel it forward this year since more people know about it. More people have it. I remember actually when the iPad first came out, I would have it with me, and people would actually ask me about it, and it was kind of weird. It was annoying, even a little bit annoying, but now everyone knows it, everyone has it pretty much. So I think more people get the iPad once Apple releases iPad 2. And another thing is the iPhone. Hopefully, Apple will correct antenna gate by come fourth quarter 2011. And maybe add LTE with Verizon is what I would like. But yeah, I think in terms of the iPad, we'll see a few graphical updates to the device itself and the screen. Hopefully, it will be Retina display like the iPhone, which I'm doubtful about that because the Retina display should cost a lot of money. I mean, for the iPhone, Apple has to have normally gets around $200 profit per device, so it'd be a little iffy there. Maybe they'll make it. Of course, it's pretty much guaranteed they'll have a high resolution device, but I'm not sure the iPhone 4 resolution. Although it would be very, very cool to have a Retina display on the iPad, but it is pretty much going to have a better resolution display. That's confirmed, pretty much. Of course, another thing that's confirmed is FaceTime, at least the front-facing camera, but I'm pretty sure that too. Leaked back covers show a camera hole around the same size as the iPhone 4. And I've seen an actual camera. I mean, literally taken up from the iPhone 4. I could tell you it's pretty small, the iPhone 4's camera, so it could definitely fit on an iPad. The iPad should get skinnier. I think the iPad will switch more towards the form factor of an iPod Touch. Apparently, the leaked cases show a more iPod Touch looking device. But who knows? And so, yeah, of course, hopefully it'll probably get the same RAM as the iPhone 4, 512 megabytes. Hopefully more. Like I'd like around a gig to at least show a lot more difference. Because right now the iPhone 4 is arguably faster than the iPad in terms of speed, since it has more RAM. So I'd like the iPad to really have a much better specs than the iPhone. I mean, you're paying a lot more for an iPad than an iPhone, so it should really be able to do that. Having an iPad, perhaps a gig of RAM, and maybe a dual core processor, an Apple A5. I don't know, I'm just making up stuff, but yeah, that'd be cool. It'd be a lot faster. Maybe I know they wouldn't really add they wouldn't have separate graphics processor, but yeah, that'd be cool. A faster, better looking iPad with a cooler display and a camera, of course. And that's pretty much my outlook for the iPad 2. It'll be slimmer. And who knows, maybe Apple will release a macOS 10 looking iPad slate thing. So now for the iPhone, I think the iPhone, Apple should release an iPhone 4.5. I don't know what you call it, but a minor revision for the iPhone come January this month. Or maybe next month, but yeah. Maybe it's a release announcement during the iPad announcement. And it's pretty much, I give a 90% chance that it would come out with Verizon, but Apple has a tendency to disprove all this stuff, so maybe it should come out. I'd like it to come out with Verizon, because honestly, Verizon's a lot better than AT&T. 4G maybe, I'd like it, but knowing Steve Jobs, he won't really go with 4G until it's better. So yeah, 4G, that'd be cool. And what else? 4G. That's only for the iPhone. That original, probably fix antenna gate, go back to the normal antenna of the iPhone 3G/3GS/2G had. because having the antenna on the metal, the bezel, is a pretty bad idea now. Yeah, so that's, and for the iPhone 5, I think they turn towards the NXSS in terms of the NFC compatibility, whatever you call it, the credit card thing. I think it's called NFC. Not so sure. Yeah, I think they'll get that and make it, Apple will of course get a lot better press on it. People might recognize Apple as actually the first product. Yeah, no, Apple has a tendency to do that kind of stuff, but yeah, even though the NXSS had that before the iPhone. Yeah, so yeah, the iPhone, I don't expect it to be such a huge update like the iPhone 4 was to the iPhone 3GS. I expect it to be, maybe, I'm pretty sure. Well, who knows? Yeah, I think Apple will probably keep the same design. Normally, change the design every 2 years. So they keep the design with slightly better speed, maybe a better camera. Although, I mean, the camera's pretty good, I think. But maybe 8 megapixel camera, something like that. Better speed. Maybe a 2 megapixel front-facing camera, because it's pretty bad quality, the front-facing camera. And that pretty much iPhone 5, that's what I think. In terms of other announcements, I know Apple pretty much is guaranteed to release a MacBook Pro refresh with the same flash SSDs as the MacBook Air. And they had to sacrifice a little bit of functionality to get the secure, the solid state drives for the MacBook Pro, since it goes slower. You had to have a little less memory. But besides that, in terms of computer, I don't see a huge update. The iMac, yeah, the Macs aren't getting Blu-ray anytime soon, so maybe the next ones will come out with the new USB thing. I forgot, the Lightpeak, I think that's what it's called. The thing that's going to rival USB. It's going to be much faster. I'm pretty sure they're going to come out with that. And yeah, pretty much that's Mac. My outlook on Mac. Of course, the Lion is coming out pretty soon this summer. Lion is going to, honestly, one of the biggest updates into Mac OS X since Mac OS X. Even though I wasn't born when it was released, but either way, probably almost I just don't remember. But yeah, Lion looks very, very good. You'll have iOS features inline. If you guys don't know about that, I really recommend you guys look that up. But yeah, Lion looks very, very good. I think that's gonna really rise Apple. I'm not so sure over Windows, but definitely get it out there. It's gonna have many features, and Windows is just gonna copy it with Windows 8. And the Mac App Store comes out in 3 days, I believe. January 6th, today's the 4th, so yeah, in 2 days comes out. So once it's out, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a whole new revolution on the Mac. So it'll be really cool. So integrate. It's a good compromise from both platforms. So yeah, expect that to be out. And what else? In terms of other stuff, I'd say Apple is pretty much, they're expected to release iTunes streaming, some kind of a cloud-based service in come 2011. I'd say, I'm not so sure about iTunes because I know they're having difficulty with the record companies, but if it was up to Steve Jobs, yeah, they definitely have it by now. But since the record companies are they're not in that favor. So I'd say maybe some form of a cloud-based syncing with the iPhone, something like Mobile Me but free. With more features, I'd say. Hopefully, Apple should get a free version of Mobile Me email on it, because it's something I'd like to have for free. Gmail has it for free, although not all the features. But Apple shouldn't, or at least lower the price, $99 for a freaking Mobile Me subscription. I think it's a little bit too expensive, but at least once a year, I have to pay $99. So yeah. I honestly think it's too expensive for what it does, but most of the more used features on Mobile Me are already free, such as Find My iPhone and Gallery. So yeah, I believe they are going to definitely release some kind of a cloud-based streaming or syncing or backups for the iPhone like Time Machine. That would be very, very, very cool, useful also. So let me see if I think of anything else. I'm actually just ranting, thinking. So I have no notes even about this spontaneously. So let's see what else I can think of. I'd say maybe